Thanks for staying tuned. If you're just joining in, this is Providence Television International and the program Thoughts and Visions of Dr. Emmanuel Egariva. You're welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you very much. After that break, happy to be back.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
On the program today, we'll be looking at the topic poverty and the human person. And Dr. Emmanuel Egariva will be discussing that topic on a very, very lengthy notion. Let us start first of all, sir. Poverty, your own definition of poverty.
Well, poverty achievement. What you wish for, you cannot get. And there are many variables, really. I mean, we'll come to that. Why people should embrace poverty. So poverty in a very large sense will mean that there's deprivation. Okay. This can come from within and without. All right. So, but we'll come to that.
All right. Poverty. We'll talk about poverty. You said a lack of a situation of lack, and does that also affect the?
I told the public service, and it was very thoughtful of government. Yes. Therefore, what I'm saying in earnest is that on the one hand, people can create jobs for themselves. In fact, that's the essence of university education. Okay. And I'll give you another instance. You have two people who are doing barbing business. One did not go to the secondary school at all. Then the other went through the university. The way they will apply themselves will be different. Okay? The way the graduate will do it will obviously be different because he will have to apply some knowledge acquirable from the University of Education that he has received. So that's what I'm saying. Education in this country should be geared towards the engagement of people and to do one or two things. And I believe that, yes, it can be done.
Okay, this morning while we were having a discussion, personal discussion, you said something about diligence. Is that lacking in the average Nigerian? Diligence when it comes to work? Yes,
it starts
work attitude.
Work ethics,
yes.
Work ethics, attitude to work, you know, and things like that. Diligence is important in all spheres of life, whether at home, in the office, or whatever. You must be diligent. You must be proactive in what you are doing. You must carry yourself properly, because it is laziness that kills. Diligence does not kill. Okay? Diligence does not kill. Hard work does not kill as such, if it's well tackled. It is lack of diligence that kills much more quickly. So people should learn to do things proactively. You know, whether you are self-employed or whether you're an employee of somebody else, you must address issues as they arise. Because you see, and I will tell you something for the benefit of our viewers. You are an employer today, or you are an employee today, you can be an employer tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, if you are working for government and suddenly you retire, possibly at a relatively young age, you can start to do something. All right. So, poverty in that case, as we are saying, can be self-induced. Okay. If you don't work, chances are that you are not going to eat. If you don't work, if you don't address the issues of hard work. Many people in this country are laid back. It is not people are saying that our youths, like Buhari said the other day, that Nigerian youths are lazy. They are now beginning to agree with him. If they are not lazy, how can they be going through Yahoo Yahoo and all sort of things? These are boys who can engage themselves meaningfully, but they look through the other way, and that puts them on harm's way against crime and criminality.
All right. Coming down, if I remember, some time ago, I think on this same program, you made mention of the fact that palliatives are not a solution from government. You don't adhere to the fact. Some people who did not watch it will be willing to hear that again from you.
Palliatives, no. I mean, they are certainly not the answer. Because palliatives will come and go. Maybe after a month, then you go back again. That's why the Chinese proverb is right. Teach a man how to fish. Don't give him fish. Because if you give him fish, it will last a little while. But if you teach him how to fish, then it will last a lifetime. Palliatives are, you are giving people fish. After 2-3 weeks, they are gone. You give a household a bag of rice or even 2 bags. After 1-2 months, they are gone. But we must engage people in the field of agriculture. That's one area we have neglected for so long. Agriculture should be the mainstay of our economy rather than oil and gas. Because we have arable land, a lot of arable land in this country. Even in the arid areas in the north, we have land that is open for cultivation. Not to even talk of the south. Anywhere you go, even along the street, can't you see grasses along the street? They are growing. Nobody put them there. They're just growing. In the same sense, if you put cassava there along the street, it will grow. Okay, so agriculture is one area in which you can engage people. I gave the example of a major oil palm producing company in the States. Yes. There you have all kinds of people working on a daily basis. You know, there is something we were taught in secondary school when we were doing our Greek in those days. A farm settlement. On an average farm settlement, you have agriculturists, you have engineers who handle the tractors and all sorts of things. You have people who plant seeds. We have all kinds of people meaningfully engaged. So if you have a settlement far away from the city center, nobody wants to come to the city. No, nobody wants to come because you have everything in there. You have playgrounds, you have schools, you have churches, you have clubhouses within the community. So if you are coming to town, it's like a burden on you. So you don't want to come, you stay there. And particularly when there's regular supply of power. Okay? So there are many things government can do to keep poverty away. Poverty is not of God. It's not. It's not of God because it's a contrary thing. Yes, it's a contrary thing by all standards. It's not. God is not a God of contrary issues. Right. God is a God of abundance, what you call a cornucopia. Everything that God created, can't you see it? Everything that God created is in abundance. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the birds in the sky, the animals in the forest, in abundance. Even human beings, we are more than 5 billion now on earth. So everything God created is in abundance. So a God like that cannot be a God of poverty. I'm not saying in the sense of, oh, my God is not a poor God. No, that's not what I'm saying. But poverty, it's... and some people say it can even be spiritual. I don't believe that. Okay. Even when you say witches and wizards are on your neck, walk. They will run away. You walk and pray. You pray and you walk. Some people pray without walking. Some people walk without praying. The two must go together. Your faith in God must be solid to the extent that you're also walking. Okay? So when you pray and you walk, there's a synergy, and all those they call witches and wizards, they will run away eventually.
Talking about, going back to your statement, that government can do a lot. There have been schemes in the past, like Operation Feed the Nation and all that. From your own point of view, why do you think such schemes failed at the particular time that they did?
Because a lot of people did not, well, maybe they didn't believe in it, or maybe government did not propagate it strongly enough. Because, and I know that people are talking about it now, as a result of necessity. They say necessity is the mother of invention. Now we are going through very terrible periods of lack in this country. And the real result would be that we must develop what we call subsistence farming. In other words, farming is not for economic reasons, but just to feed yourself and your family. And a lot of people have backyards where they can plant okra, where they can plant cassava. That keeps them busy as well. But you fold your... Can't you see the way our women are working? Can't you see when you go to the market, you find men there? It's women who sell, okay? And most of them feed their families. Unfortunately, some of them are very lazy husbands who just drink their lives away, while the woman is toiling. Yes, it's an irony of life, but we must talk about it on the program such as this. A lot of men are just lazy. I settled an instance here, I think about 2-3 years ago. Okay. There was this fine woman. She used to roll a cart with all kinds of food. Pretty girl, pretty. And I saw her one day, her eyes were swollen. I said, please come, what happened? So my husband maltreated me and all that. She became a punch bag. What was the reason? The meat she was selling, the husband would go there and pick the choicest parts. Yes, something that should bring income to the family. Yes, and he was not doing anything, dependent on this poor lady. Only for me to hear about a week or two ago, there had been a divorce. The young woman said she couldn't cope any longer. All right. What are the children? I said she packed away the children. Now, what I'm saying in effect is that some men are lazy to the point where they even make themselves unnecessarily burdensome to their wives. That's not the best. And it's an attitudinal thing. It's an attitudinal problem. Some of them create it inadvertently, though. But generally speaking, men should learn to work. They should learn to work. When I see people who do labor, you know, hard labor, either bricklayers, and I'm happy with them because they're trying to make a living out of what they are doing. They take money back home to feed their families, all right? So poverty, in that sense, will not be ascribed to them, okay? Because they are eking out a living on a daily basis. And some of them, cumulatively, they earn more than graduates do.
From this point that you just made, what would be your point of view? Because I've just been getting the signal that we're almost running out of time. Yes. Would you adhere? There are some individuals, men, because I'm coming from the aspect of the men that you talked about, that are lazy. Would they adhere to the fact where some men will tell you that they do not want their wives to work?
Well, I think they are funny people. They are funny because even the Bible supports the fact that your wife is a supporter. It's a support, okay? She's there for you to lift you up. A lot of men, maybe out of fear, if they work, the wife may do one or two things, but that's not even the issue. The issue is you must give your wife the opportunity to work, particularly career women. I mean, there are women who are professionals. Are you going to tell them that they shouldn't work, they become full-time housewives? What will be will be. I will know of stories of women who are housewives. They've been sleeping with their security guards. So what are we talking about? Yes, we see it. I mean, it's very common. Okay, we must say it the way it is. So if you say, and it's added income, what you call income stream. When you have income stream, bankers will say this better. Income stream, in other words, it's not coming from one source. When it's coming from one source, the time will come. For instance, suppose you are laid off in your employment. Suppose you have a fatality or something happens, an accident, that you can no longer do what you used to do. Who now takes care of the family? It is the woman. So you must allow her to work and do things for the support of the family.
Okay.
Yes.
In present day Nigeria, just before we round up, what do you think? What are some points that you can give that the government should do in the course of alleviating poverty?
You can alleviate poverty through many means. First of all, those who are inclined towards their professions, for instance, I just mentioned agriculture. The agricultural students, why can't you give them loans to set up little farms? It could be fisheries, it could be rabbitry, it could be whatever. But let them get them soft loans, all right, with little or no interest. Now, if you go to the banks now, they will tell you the interest is about 30%. How can small businesses survive with that? So the interest rate, I mean, I knew when I was growing up in this country, interest rates were single digit. 4%, 5%, sometimes 2%, almost interest-free. And government was responsible for all of that. I don't know what they're doing now in the central bank, but interest must come down so that people can access funds. All right? The agricultural banks must come back. Yes, banks that are there for people who are the potentials to go into farming. Because farming is the issue. When we grow the food we eat and we eat the food will grow, there will be no poverty in this country. Yes, there will be no poverty because things will be there for everybody to enjoy. If you, for example, you want to go into small-scale farming, even outside your job, you can do it. There's nothing wrong with that. But where are the opportunities?
That's the same enabling environment.
Enabling environment, you have to buy seedlings, you have to buy all sorts of things, the inputs. You have to buy, you have to connect with the Ministry of Agriculture. But the Ministries of Agriculture are not there for people. The banks are not even there for them. So there's a problem. That's a big issue.
Well, topical issues that we always discuss. It's been another wonderful time, thoughts and visions with Dr. Emmanuel Egariva. As always, I would always say thank you, sir. Always engaging, interesting when I talk with you. Viewers out there, like I would always tell you, do not forget to subscribe to Providence Television International because we are the game changer and we're out here, or rather, there for you to give you the best as regards programs and updates on news. And bringing us to news in the next 30 minutes, we'll be up with our news on the hour. Don't go away, please stay tuned. Thanks for watching.